Hey, it's Michael. It's my 64th video, and like I said in the last video, I'm gonna change. I changed the way of my taking this. Way of taking this. I changed my way of taking this video from the last video. Like from the way I am just talking about the topic that I come up with, that I'm coming up with while taking this video. Or rather to like the way in which I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna explain the thing that I couldn't explain to my friends, or because of the because I didn't know the way of saying that, or just my English problem, or just I just hesitant. I was hesitant to say that because my English really is pretty poor to say that, or something, anything whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about the thing that I couldn't explain today, and there is actually only one thing that I couldn't explain today, because it's not because I was good at, so I was pretty good at speaking English today. It's not just because I didn't speak English so for a long time. I actually did speak English for some extent, for some time, for some amount of time, but my conversations with friends wasn't going to that so much deeper topic that I can get the point where I can explain that at all. So only one topic that I have. That's not actually the conversation. That is the way that that is when I try to explain how to how to hit the board of when we play badminton. I didn't mention before in this video. I haven't mentioned this before in this video that I was playing badminton when I was in university. When I was in university in Japan. But anyway, I actually played badminton for just a year or half a year. So I know some of how to play some of how to play badminton, at least better than beginners. And a guy and girl asked me to explain how to hit the cork in the right way, so that because they can hit the ball, hit the bird actually, but even though they hit the bird, sorry guys for taking long time to speaking up, explaining this in English. but because this takes a long actually it will take a long time, more than that, more than 2 minutes or so, because my English ability is poor. Not only because my English ability is poor, but also because, explaining how to play sports in English is pretty hard part, I think. I mean, more than just explain something what happened to me today or something, right? Maybe you guys will know after you guys will know. We will know after you guys learn the second language. You know. So wait for 2 minutes or so. Wait for additional more 2 minutes or so. Oh, they could hit the badminton feather. Actually, they could hit the badminton feather, not actually the part, I think. Hit the badminton feather against the racket itself. They actually could hit the badminton rack. They actually could hit the badminton feather against the racket itself, against the racket with the racket itself. But when it came to actually hitting the racket and making it fly far, it seemed difficult for them. The reason for this for them was that they had a difficult way. They had a different way of hitting. They had a I mean wrong way of hitting the feather. Actually, they used the reason for this for them was they had they had actually wrong way. They had actually a wrong way of hitting the feather with the rackets. They used their arms. They actually used their arms to hit the feather. They use their arms to hit the weathers, but the correct way is that to hit the badminton. The correct way to hit the badminton feather is to focus on the power to rotate focus on the power to rotate the wrist rather than using the arms. So they could not use their wrist well. That's why they can't making it fly far after hit the feather with the rackets, and then the feather did not fly at all. Let me practice this later, right now again, and just finish taking this video. Is that okay? They could they could hit the badminton feather against the racket with the racket. itself, against the racket itself, or with the racket itself. But when it came to actually hitting the badminton feather, and making it fly far, making it fly far, it seems difficult for them. The reason for that's why they ask me to teach that's why they actually asked me to teach them how to make it fly farther. The main reason for this was that they had that wrong way. They had a wrong way. Their main reason for this was they actually had a wrong way of hitting the. They actually had a wrong way. They actually had a wrong way of hitting the wings. The reason for this was they actually had a wrong way. They actually had a wrong way of hitting the ball, hitting the wings. The reason for this was they actually had a wrong way of hitting the wings. The main reason for this was they actually had a wrong way. The main reason for this was they actually had a wrong way of hitting the feather. They used their arms. They actually used their arms so much to hit the feather, but the correct way to hit badminton feather is to focus more on the power to rotate the wrist, rather than focus on the power to use arms to hit the badminton feather. So they could not use in short, they could not use their wrist. So in short, they could not use their wrist. Also, so in short, they could not use the wrist. So in short, they could not use their wrists well, and the wings didn't fly. So in short, they could not use their wrists well. And the badminton feather did not fly at all. That's why, so in short, they cannot use their wrists well. They cannot use their wrists. So in short, they could not use their wrist well. So they cannot, and so in short, they could not use their wrist well and make it fly far by hitting so in short, they could not use their wrist well. They could not use their wrist. In short, they could not use their wrist well and make the badminton feather fly far, and the badminton feather and the badminton feather did not fly at all. That's it. Let me finish taking this video here today. I really appreciate it if you subscribe my channel and hit the like button below. And also write a comment down below. Write a comment down below. That really encourages me to take this video every single day. That's it. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.